Hello, Beard Wizard family. Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Beard Wizard Man, also known as Trevor on social media. Links to all of which you're going to find in the video description below, including ways to support this channel, like clicking the red subscribe button and getting us to 7,500 subscribers as soon as possible. We're making a lot of headway on that front. Thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed recently and shared the channel out there and commented. I really appreciate all of you who've stopped by. Other ways to support us, we have a merch store. I've got shows coming up this year. If you're going to be in any of the areas that I'm going to be, I've got a new book coming soon. Hopefully this weekend I will have the proof copy, which is the what I look at to approve as the author to make sure everything looks right and is what I want it to be. And if I can approve that and get copies ordered, I'll have a new book released this month. Praying, hoping that everything went smooth with the formatting. We'll see. Physical copy doesn't always look exactly like the digital thing that the preview that I get to see. So I'm nervous because it's a very small window to get that book out before my next show. And that's what I'm shooting for, is to get it out by my next show. So it's Friday. We take a look at new bands, content creators, musicians on Friday. New songs from content creators and musicians that we've already reviewed. And Brandon Hart's got a new one. There are several new ones. Stone Mary, Dax, Brandon. There was 2 or 3 others that I saw as well that released today or yesterday. So we might squeak a couple in this weekend as well. But without further ado, we're going to check out Brandon Hart's latest called Car Guide. This is a live review show, so I have listened to this before. We are going to look at this, pause necessary, talk about music. If you are in the live stream, say hi. I see a couple of you joined. Thank you. If you're watching the recording, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. But here we go. This is the latest from Brandon Hart, Car Guy. Cheers.
Sign said, hey, what you can offer still runs, but it's a real fixer-upper. I know that it's seen better days. With the right coat of paint, everything could change. I bought it and got it home, stripped it down to the rust and chrome. One man's trash is another's gold. Now it's mine, I'll never let it go. I picture me rolling, even though I'm broken. We both got chosen. We got one thing going for us. It don't look like you're on no more.
So at first I thought, like Brandon, I love Brandon Hart. He always delivers something interesting and unique. Great voice, great writing. At first I thought this song was about himself. And I think it kind of is a metaphor for himself. But when he talks about we were both broken, I think that's how the line goes. Then I started to wonder if this was about a relationship or about a marriage or something where, you know, it's a fixer-upper. It may not look good on the outside, but it's worth it to take care of it. I think this could also be a metaphor for life, a metaphor for an individual. You know, for me, I'm not perfect, but with some work and a coat of paint, you know, like, so I love that this song can be relatable on a lot of different levels. But it did, especially when we get toward the end, it reminded me a lot about marriage because, you know, a marriage doesn't always look great on the outside. It's a lot of hard work. Sometimes it's a little rusty. Sometimes it needs some coat of paint, a fresh, whatever. It needs some new parts. It needs, like, a lot of people, I think, go through life or they have this dream of marriage and what it could be, or relationships and what it could be. And when you get into one, if you're not prepared or if you're not willing to put in the work, I think it shocks a lot of, I think that's why we're dealing with what we're dealing with now, and we have been for decades with higher divorce rates and people breaking up all the time, is because I think the dream and the reality of long-term relationships aren't the same. And I think there's a lot of that in this metaphor in this song.
Rolling, even though I'm broken, we both got chosen. We got one thing going for us. It don't look like you're on no more. Don't but you can't buy this in the store. And it's worth fixing it up nice. They don't make them like this anymore. It's been worth all the hard nights. Most beautiful thing I ever saw. And I'm not much of a car guy. Ain't it amazing what a little bit of work can do?
This is the part where it starts to make me think the metaphor is leaning toward a relationship or marriage. You know, it's the most beautiful thing I ever saw. It may not run all the time, but it's worth it. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it kind of made me think of.
A couple new parts and this whole thing looks brand new. I didn't know much when I started, but the first step's always the hardest. And once you decide, there ain't much that you can't do. I bought it and got it home, stripped it down to the rust and chrome. Romance trash is another's gold. Now it's mine, I'll never let it go. I picture me rolling, even though I'm broken. We both got chosen. We got one thing going for us. It don't look like you're us no more. Don't know much of what's inside, but you can't buy this in the store. And it's worth fixing it up nice. They don't make them like this anymore. It's been worth all the hard nights. Most beautiful thing I ever saw. And I'm not much of a car guy. I'm not much of a car guy. I'm not much of a car guy. I put in that elbow grease.
I in it very much also fits as a metaphor for life or for my own life. You know, like sort of a rebirth or a reimagining. If you've gone through a period where you've let things kind of go, let things fall apart, but you've decided to strip it down and replace the parts and polish it up and paint it. You know, it could be a metaphor for life as well with somebody who has struggled with something. Based on his last song too, it does seem like Brandon's going through, welcome, thank you for the subscribe. It does feel like Brandon's going through something or has recently gone through something that maybe lends itself to that idea as well. Great song. I love the way he has written this. Ed says, being a motorhead, I love it. Great. Yeah, it's a really cool song. I love seeing the old cars. But yeah, just Brandon's voice, Brandon's writing is great in this one as well.
I'm not much of a car guy. I'm not much of a car guy. I put in that elbow grease. I gave it the best of me. I learned what we both need for us to feel complete. And now I don't feel so broken. 125 with the windows open. I feel pride from the path I've chosen. We both got that going for us. We both got that going for us.
Makes me think it's about another person.
It don't look like you're us no more. Don't know much of what's inside, but you can't buy this in the store. And it's worth fixing it up nice. They don't make them like this anymore. It's been worth all the hard nights. Most beautiful thing I ever saw.
The chorus, and we'll back up, the chorus is what really makes me think of marriage. You know, you can't buy it in the store. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. It was worth all the work, all the hard, long nights. You know, and it is. Anybody who tells you different is wrong, or they haven't been married long enough to realize it. Like, you know, Julie and I'm probably going to I get this wrong every time. We were married in 98. Let's just say that. Because I suck at math and she's going to laugh when she hears this, if she's not already listening. It's not easy. It doesn't always work. It's a lot of long nights. It's not always pretty on the outside. But I can tell you after this long, it's worth it. If it's the right person, if it's the right time, it's worth it. It really is. And I'm glad we put in all those hard nights. I'm glad that we put in all that work, the elbow grease, and did that. So that's kind of what it's making me think of. But that's for me personally. I can also see where this song would work for a lot of people, for a lot of different things. But that's how it's hitting me, honestly.
Us. It don't look like you're us no more. Don't know much of what's this anymore. It's been worth all the hard nights. Most beautiful thing I ever saw. And I'm not much of a car guy. I'm not much of a car guy. You can't buy this in a store. I'm not much of a car guy. Most beautiful thing I ever saw. I'm not much of a car guy. They don't make them like this anymore. I'm not much of a car guy.
That was great. In loving memory of Michael O'Flynn. I'm not sure who that is. But that was really good. Brandon Hart delivers another great one. Ed says if you put in the work, you get the rewards. That's absolutely it. I've seen too many people that I know, um, for one reason or another, not put in the work, and one of the few of my friends actually. Oh, pardon me. Yeah, we're the only couple in our friends group, in our friends circle, um, who hasn't been divorced, um, which is really sad when I think about it, and it's unfortunate. And those friends who are still our friends who have gone through that, we love them so much, and it sucks that they went through what they had to. Sometimes because they had to, and other times it was out of their control. But um, yeah, it really sucks. But this was a fantastic song. Make sure you go check out Brandon's channel. Make sure you subscribe there. Be sure to subscribe here. And unless I fall asleep in the chair, I should be back tonight with some No Man's Sky. I will see you guys all again soon. Ed, everybody else, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. And I'll see you soon. Much love. Bye. Thank you, Ed.